Hey everyone, it's James from the Fit RV, and I'm coming to you today from Winnebago's Grand National Rally 2018. Gonna try an RV mod today, but I'm not gonna call it live, but I will call it sort of unscripted because I'm gonna do a mod right here on the rally grounds using nothing more than the tools I have in Lance right now. We're going to be doing a little modification to the screening that we have on the front of the van. I'm going to show you what I've got now and you'll see why I'm not so thrilled with it, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. So let's go. Okay, so first off, I do still have this curtain that I made and installed, and that's great, but for just stopping to run into Target for a few minutes, it's a bit overkill to have to put this whole thing up. Well, hello, Mel. So what we use to like run into a store or something is we've got this roll-up screen on the front, and you can see it's very gappy and it leaves holes. And then on the sides, we've got these that came with the van, really. They're magnety things, but they're kind of big to store. So when we did the review of the new Lithium Travatos, they also had new cab shades. Now, those are built on like a 2018 ProMaster. We've got a 2016. And so we're not entirely sure if those will fit, but I've got a set. We're going to try to install them, see if they fit. And if they do, we'll let you know how easy they are to install. So I've got them sitting out there on the mat. Let's go take a look. First, we've got these. These are little pop-up screens that go in the sides. These should be pretty easy to install. And yes, it is still storing something, but it's considerably smaller than those big cardboardy things we got in there now. So there's the sides. Now, for the main cab area, we have this unit, and it pulls up just like we had in the GL demo video. So to install them, we've got a grand total of 4 screws and 2 Allen bolts. I think I can manage that with just what I bring along in the RV on a daily basis. So we're going to install this guy first, and then we'll install the side ones, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, we're going to start with these little brackets here that go on the existing mounts for the windshield visors. And what they're going to do is they provide a place for the arms to anchor in when they get up top. I'm putting these in first so that I can be sure they line up. I'm going to actually attach the arms to that one, then I set the lower part of the thing in place. Now, this little addition kind of only fits on there one way, so it's not that hard to do, and it even holds itself in place while you get the new. They provide you a longer bolt because we've got an extra, what's that, 1/8 of an inch or so we've got to take up. So there we go. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is sort of gently put this thing in place. It's a little big. And then we're going to attach the top so that we know what lines up. So there's a bunch of foam on here, which you're going to want to make sure is not obstructing your defroster vents, that your defroster vents will still blow up on the top of this thing right up against the glass when it's installed. So pay attention to where you install this foam. Okay, so I've got this thing in place. It's sort of a test fit, and there are 2 fit issues that I've identified. The first is that this is an older model Travato, does not have grab handles in the A-pillars. This screen unit is designed for a ProMaster that does, and so there's this extra little bit of foam on these arms that's meant to fill in that grab handle. We don't have that, so I think I can just trim off that foam with scissors. Not a big deal. The other fit issue has to do with the brackets at the bottom that hold the thing in place. The shape of the A-pillar itself has changed, and so there's a little bit of a gap there. It'll still mount okay. Everything still works. I can still pull this up. You know, we're all fine. This still works, all that. It's all good. Everything is completely functional. There's just a gap. It's kind of a cosmetic thing. I think what I can do is use the foam, which I'm going to trim off from the sides, to fill in the gap, and we'll see how that looks. So with that said, it's time to install the screws. So here we go. I think the last 2 I'm going to do by hand. Okay, so I finished that up, and I've got a gap that's not nearly as big as what I started with, but I'm still going to try to fill it with the foam. So next we'll be trimming the foam. All I've got here is scissors. I'm just going to trim it with scissors. So you can see here, there's a little bit of a gap on this side, and this is the side I did better. On that side, there's a bit of a gap. And over here on the driver's side, I didn't do as good. There's a bit of a bigger gap. Knowing me, I know that's going to bother me in a short while. So fortunately, this is just foam that's stuck on with like double-sided tape, and that's easy enough to find. And at some point in the future, I'll be replacing that foam with some better looking foam. But now I can take my little foam cutoffs and I can stuff them in those gaps that we had before. I'll show you what I mean. The gaps got smaller as I screwed things in, but there's still a gap there. So I'm going to stuff some foam in there and we'll see how that looks. Okay, so after my foam hack job, everything's kind of installed and it works. There we go. Now, another fit issue, I think on the newer ones you can actually lower these while you've got the shade in place. Doesn't quite work on this, but that's okay with me. There we go, and down, and down. And then we're ready for travel. Okay, now the front shades, like on the sides, are going to be held on with a bunch of these little clips. I don't know if you can see those. We got clips of varying sizes, and they get inserted around the trim of this door here. So without anything other than my hands, or maybe a screwdriver or something, because I think I have to get under this stuff, I'm going to try to get these clips in there, and then we'll see how well I do. There may be swearing. Good news, this just pops off. So this one, not a problem. Now we got to get two of them under the trim here. This is going to be more challenging. That ought to help. Okay, finally just brute strength has got this off, or off enough that I can get a clip on it. Okay, so I would call this difficult to do with just your fingers, but I got it done. Here's what we got. We got one bracket right there that just kind of snaps behind the plastic trim, another one that snaps behind the plastic trim, one that was extremely difficult to get under that rubber gasketing, and another one that was extremely difficult to get under the rubber gasketing. But taken all together, they hold the shade in place. And click, come on, click in. And click, and up. So there you go. That's the cab shade install on a 2015 ProMaster with a kit that's made for a 2017 or later. Can you do it in an RV rally ground with nothing more than the tools you brought with you? Yes, yes you can. Would it go easier if I did it at home with all my tools and plastic pry bars and stuff? Yes, that would have been easier too. I did borrow one long screwdriver, but apart from that, it went okay. And I hope it's going to be enough. I'm not going to name any names, but I hope it's going to be enough to keep someone from getting cat hair all over the dash, because now there's nothing to see up there. So there's no reason to get cat hair all over the dash. Anyway, this is James from The Fit RV. We'll see you later. Bye now.